So I had to send my son back with my mom. And that for me was the hardest sacrifice that I had to put up, but God had already foreseen it. And when I got there, he began to send me dreams because I needed to know that I had heard correctly. And from that moment, things just began, he began to open divine doors for me. And even those divine doors, me walking into those doors, it was very hard because I didn't have my son with me. It was challenging, and he was 14 at the time, right? And so only thing that I wanted to do was just get the job done, get whatever it was that I needed to get done to get my son. I just wanted to get a home so I can get my son there. I had become homeless while I was there, sleeping out of my car. Now, mind you, when I moved there, I didn't have a car and I did not have a home. Right now, my uncle and his wife, they opened up their home to me the second day that I was there, and I stayed there until the Lord said it was time to go. And in that, and he blessed me with a job maybe like 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, maybe 3 days in. I was writing my second book, and I didn't have a car. And I remember my at the time my uncle didn't have a car. His wife did, but she be at work. And I asked him because before I got there, my laptop had broken. And all this was God, so that's why I'm sharing it. I just want to give people a little insight. My laptop had broken. I'm like, what else can possibly happen? Like, I'm just over everything. So I'm there, and and God said to me, take a day to mourn, take a day to grieve your son, take a day to mourn. And so I cried that whole day. And then the next day it was go time. And I asked my uncle, how far is the library from here? Because I knew I needed to get that book written. And I knew that I needed to get my son. I didn't have money. I didn't have a car. And he said, well, the library is like a mile away. And he was like, well, give me a chance I get a rental car. So I waited a day for him to get a real. He didn't get one. I say, where, point me in the direction. I'm walking. And he said, you're determined. That word followed me until this day: determination, endurance, perseverance. So the day that I was getting ready to walk to the library, which was the third day that I was there, I remember walking out of my room and I heard a voice, it was the voice of the Lord. He said, put a pair of earrings on. Now, for you who don't know, I make jewelry. And he told me to put a pair of my earrings on. I didn't want to. I didn't care how I looked it. I just want to get to this library, get this book written. I want my son because I'm like, this would be a way for some income to come in too. Like only thing my mind was I got to get my child. So I didn't want to put earrings on. So I'm leaving out after the first time God tell me, and I hear it again, go put a pair of earrings on. I'm like, Lord, listen, I don't care nothing about no earrings. Literally, this is my conversation with him. I get to the door after the second time. My hand is on the door. He said it again. I said, okay. I go back. I get the earrings. I'm walking down. I'm talking to God as I'm walking down this busy street. People thought I was crazy. I'm walking down this highway, and I'm saying, Lord, did I miss you? Like, what is this? I'm walking to the library. I don't have no car. Like, I got no money. Like, what
No
is this?
car, no son, no, not even sure where you're going to be the next minute.
Yeah. So I get to the library and I sit down. I'm pulling my stuff out of my backpack, and this woman sits down next to me. And the first thing she says, I love your earrings. And I heard God say, give them to her. I'm a giver. I ain't the one to hold on to something, but I am telling you, it had to be something very demonic come like quick. I was in a battle to give her my earrings. So I tell her thank you, of course, but I get up from the seat and I go to the restroom and I hear the Lord say, you have to give her those earrings before she leaves. I said, okay, Lord. As I'm walking, I take out the earrings. I said, ma'am, I feel like I'm supposed to give you these. She said, oh my gosh, thank you for giving me these. And she say, hello, my name is ABZ. I'm just throwing it out there. And I'm running for Congress. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because at this time, I'm not into politics like that. Right. And she was like, yeah, I'm a conservative. Didn't know what she was talking about. I'm like, okay. And she's saying all this stuff. And I said, well, listen, I'm neither nor a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm just a believer in Jesus Christ and I vote how God tells me to vote. She was like, what? You're a Christian too? And she's like, that's even better. She said, well, I'm having a meet and greet tonight and I want to invite you to it. I'm going to pay for your food, everything. So all this stuff started to happen. We was so late getting to the meet and greet. The meet and greet was over, but we get there and I'm talking to her. And the first thing she tells me is, I want to hire you as my assistant, my executive assistant.